Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Dr. Stone Season 2, Episode 3. So, last time we had the phone being set up, we had we saw the effectiveness of it and capturing Homura using it, so that was very cool. And we got in contact with our boy Taiju, and Yuzuriha was there too. So it wasn't quite noiseless. There was the Archer kid heard some stuff in the general vicinity. So, and he's also been the one that's been watching them. So I'm a little worried that he's gonna see, but eventually they're gonna learn about the phone, and they're gonna have to deal with, how they adapt their plan. How Tsukasa adapts his plan once they are aware of the communication. But but yeah, I'm really excited to see, because that can be used against them too, right? If they manage to capture Yuzuriha and then use Taiju to send a lie to Senku, it's one of those things where it can be used against them. It'll be really interesting to see where this goes and everything. So let's watch the episode, shall we? We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Nom 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 nom. I was gonna say that girl is glaring at him. Yep. They gotta know they're being watched by people, right? So this is before they grabbed the phone. We saw them on the phone just pulling it out before, so... Maybe. So did he just do this when she's watching? Huh. Are they huddled over it so they can't see it, maybe? But he yells, right? Oh, it's so great to see again, even though I got tilted by him yelling in this situation when they even know that people are watching and everything, but nice. Nice. What? I know you're not. Is he is he just being silly, or was he doing it to throw off someone that might be listening? I don't know. Might just be Taiju being silly though. Yeah, so I put a note in the first video, right? Yeah. But unfortunately, I have a method of like getting the subtitles, and for some reason, the ones for season 2 in this one, and then I can like I have to go through like a bunch of different steps, but to simplify it, basically, I get the subtitles and I can put them in my video where I have them in the bottom bar down here, and they weren't working for this season the same way that I do it for every other show that I do and all that, but so hopefully not too many of you guys relied on those and can just go with the countdown and the 15 seconds of video to help sync. They're mainly there just to help sync anyway. Especially if you like pause mid-video or something and you need to resync, but hopefully in season 3 I'll be able to do it again. But I tried, I could try more episodes, but I tried 2 of the episodes in season 2 and they didn't work. I assumed the rest wouldn't. It would be crazy if there was, like, somehow another group out there with a phone and it's, like, connected to them, too. They're just like, why are you guys talking over this thing I built 10 years ago? I guess all he's been doing is yelling Senku and crying over the grave, right? So I guess you could think he's just mourning. It was nice to see her perspective. Hmm. Okay. Got it. Of course, Taiji would want to avoid it. Yeah. They've been with those people, too. That's even harder for them. They're good friends. Yeah. Uh-oh. The archer still following them? Or did he get them? Oh, okay. Ah, he knows them. Ukio. That's right. He's the one that's gonna do the voice mimicking. Oh my god. It's like All Might over here. Smash! These guys are just chaotic. Oh, let's go, Chrome. Yep, you're gonna set it on fire? Nice. It's like a smoke grenade. Magma. Go, get out of here. Don't just think about it. Damn. Oh. Those two better be okay. Okay. Is it her? Yeah. I thought I was being sneaky. Oh, nice. Clock spring. Ah. Damn. So he's gonna get home quick, and he's gonna be winded. Oh. Oh, okay, he made it. Nikki. Damn. He's just used to taking hits. Freaking Taiju. Alright, she's gonna listen. Oh, it's like the Gone approach. Kingdom of Science, baby. Oh. Taiju. He's gonna believe it. Is she somehow related to her? Or some kind of thing? Hmm. Oh, well. Play her one more song. I guess this is a good person to pick. Well. Hmm. Uh-oh. A super fan. Uh-oh. Senku? Senku's smart. He remembers things. Does he know? Oh no, what are you doing? He's just gonna guess? Alright, mentalists, let's go. I love the animation just changes too. Just a hair change and everything. Shh. Jeez. It's gonna be something bad. Oh no. Senku doesn't care about that stuff. Oh. Oh no. Is it gonna be like the wrong kind of answer? Like. Hmm. Oh my god, she just buys it. Oh, okay, never mind. Hmm. Okay. Science over BS, baby. Alright. Will it be enough? Will she notice the difference? Only the song. Man, I feel bad for this girl. She's getting played when she cares so much for this music and this person. I mean, sure, she's on Tsukasa's side, but she hasn't done anything wrong yet, right? Ooh, are they gonna tell the truth? Convert her to the Kingdom of Science. Okay. That's better than lying. It's someone that won't hate you later when she finds out the truth. Ooh, that's a tough one. He's gonna tell the truth? We can preserve this one. No, seriously, don't. He's like, I got enough of that. Alright. That went much different than I thought. Why'd you have to take off your jacket to say that? Nikki the guard joined the party. Alright. Sweet. We've recruited our first person, and it wasn't through lying, too, which is good. Because, you know, I mean, that was one of the big problems with their plan, is as soon as everyone figures out that they're lying, they're all gonna hate them even more. Because a lot of these people, I imagine, are just with Tsukasa because he's the one that revived them and is a source of food and stuff. And sure, maybe some of them are like, oh, what you say sounds kind of nice, but they don't have anything to really like convert them to the other side, right? There's no recruiter being there for Senku's side being like, hey, do you want to go here or do you want to go to the Kingdom of Science? Like, you can either live in the dirt forever and or you can come here and progress society again. And it's like, so like I thought, these aren't like die-hard Tsukasa supporters or anything, so converting some of them should be possible. And I imagine others, like Hyoga and probably even Himura and some of the others, maybe not. Maybe they're more loyal to what Tsukasa believes in, but there's gotta be some, right? The way I see it, anyway. But yeah. that is it for episode 3. Um, so first person they go with ended up being a super fan. Maybe if they would have explained it, granted, you know, Taiju wouldn't have had a genuine reaction, but if they would have explained it, then I wonder if she would have known, if Yuzuriha would have known that their first pick was a super fan, right? But I mean, it all worked out in the end. Um, but yeah, it was funny how Yuzuriha was like really worried when she found out that this was their plan. Now I don't know if it was because she was just like, "Are they crazy?" You know, trying to go with this kind of lie, or she was worried because she knew. I don't know how close Taiju and Yuzuriha got to the people here, but also they mentioned, you know, do it without bloodshed. Now, don't get me wrong, Taiju, even if Taiju didn't know these people, he probably wouldn't want to do it with bloodshed because, you know, he's the kind of person that wants to take hits, but not, well, he doesn't want to take hits, but he'll take hits, but he never dishes them back. So he's like the pacifist that doesn't want to hurt people, especially people that he came to know here and all that too. So it makes sense. Um, but yeah, when they said pull an enemy to the phone, I thought there was going to be more like prepping and planning. I thought it was going to be more about getting uh Gen back to the village and everything, so that way he could be on the phone. I didn't realize we were gonna pull a guard right away and have it all be resolved this episode. I even wrote my notes because I'm like, remember to talk about that part in case like sometimes I'm talking about random stuff and I'll forget to talk about random plot details and stuff like that, and then I'll remember after I finish recording and I'm like, oh crap, I should have talked about that. But and then, of course, the one time I write it down so I remember is the one thing that just gets pretty much entirely resolved. So, I don't know what the next step is. Like, now that they have the guard on their side, I wonder how they get to convince more people. Do they just have to keep doing this shtick where they bring people here one by one? And then, obviously, I imagine at some point the word's going to start spreading, too, right? So, or are they going to have Nikki spread the word or something like that? But as soon as like too many people spread the word, then everyone's going to know they have phones. How long do they want to try to keep that a secret? It's going to be really interesting where we go next. Also, like with people getting away and all that from Ukio, is he going to be heading back? Will he be with his super hearing? Will he be able to hear them talking on the phone, even if like, because right there they were able to use it while they're like hunched over it, right? So they couldn't really like tell. But if the super hearing guy can hear them, it might be a problem. So it's I'm sure everything's been going fairly smooth. Obviously, we had the Yukio problem we had to deal with this episode, but for the most part, things are going very smooth. I imagine we're going to get a point where things get a little bit rocky. But it's kind of crazy that we're 3 episodes in. This is only an 11-episode season, and I still feel like there's like so much that could go wrong and so much to do. It's going to be. I feel like the pace could pick up as well with coming episodes. And I'm just really, I know I've talked about this a lot, but I'm really curious about how the whole war thing ends. Like, without bloodshed and all that, how do we keep that from happening and keep it up? And like, yeah, it's gonna be fascinating. I'm really excited to see how it all ends up. And once again, another thing I always say, I probably shouldn't say it. I feel bad because I feel like I'm like beating a dead horse, but I'm excited to go back to the science stuff. Like, I love seeing them make the clock coil thing that they made. That was really cool, and I want to see more of that. The inventing and the expanding on society and all that. It's the kind of stuff that makes me want to go play some of those like progression Minecraft packs or some of those games where you start off in like the Stone Age sort of thing and you slowly build up your technology and everything to have like big factories going and stuff like that. It's always fun for me. So That's what like really got me into the show in the beginning, right? Was like those kind of games. I love them where you're trying to like build up from scratch. It's always so much fun. I always love going back to them later and starting over and all that. So when I saw this show and the science guy wants to rebuild everything we had before after it's all crumbled and turned to dust, starting in a stone world, I'm just like, oh, that just like reaches me deep in my soul. But we had the beginning bit with the emotional tender moment between Senku and Taiju and all that, and him just yelling. We never really went back to the I am Senku bit, but I guess it was just Taiju being silly. I wasn't sure if it was like, I mean, it was like, I feel like they did have to try to be very careful what they said. Luckily, the guard was just like, "Oh, they're just been sitting there yelling," But they just assume that they're just sad over their friend's death or something. Maybe it's her anniversary or something. Is what she thought. So, once again, it's another moment where I'm kind of glad that they don't just figure things, because sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, I know the characters are smart and I know they have some logic to them deducing of like, what was it more recently? I think it was, I think it might have been Homura, like, going, like, through 10 different things in her mind and being like, oh, they have phones, and, like, figuring it out very quickly. And then same with Tsukasa very early on, where he was like, oh, they're headed west. I know hot springs are west, that means they're making gunpowder. And it's like, and I know he had like other information he knew. He knew they were going to be making weapons of science to be able to fight him and stuff like that. And so I get it. I get that there's logic behind it, but sometimes it does just feel like, oh, they just came to the exact right conclusion within like 5 seconds of me just watching the whole thought process. It wasn't like they slept on it and they woke up suddenly and they're like, oh, crap, that's what he's after, It's just like, yes, I know exactly their plan. But it was nice here having someone just be like, oh, they're just mourning their friend's death, and it must be their anniversary or something. And it's just nice to see people sometimes come to the wrong conclusion, because it's a little bit unbelievable if everybody always comes to the right conclusion every time when they're trying to think about what Senku and them are doing. But yeah, that was nice. Anyway, really, like, the diversion with the battery was smart, setting the forest on fire and then making the noise so he doesn't hear the rustling over the burning. He can't see them because of the smoke. Can't hear the rustling because they're yelling. Can't see them because of the smoke, and then they just charge through it. We saw the arrow go through the smoke, but I hope they both end up being okay. I guess we'll see what happens, but I wonder when Gen is going to tell Senku that, like, hey, they acted as bait so I could get away. Maybe we should do something to try to help them. He just kind of showed up here, and then they did the phone call thing immediately. So it's like, we probably want to go help Chroma Magma. So hopefully we go do that, or maybe they help themselves. Maybe they got away and they show back up. So anyway, that'll be it for me, I think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. Links in the description below. Should be popping up on the screen. You can get extra content on there. Check it out. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.